And welcome in, everybody, to another episode of InsideEdge Primetime here on the InsideEdge Network. To my right, your left, is Chad Bryan. I am Eli Moon, and we are here rocking on the InsideEdge Network, another episode of InsideEdge Primetime here on this Wednesday edition. We appreciate you joining on in here for another fun hour of conversation between Chad and I. And Chad, we have quite a bit to talk about, a range of different subjects, I'd say, tonight. But how are you doing? How are we feeling tonight?
I'm feeling pretty good, man. It's hard to believe it's the middle of the week already. It was like you said Wednesday, and I mean I know it's Wednesday, but when you said it, it surprised me. Yeah, I'm doing pretty good, man. It's we're getting there. I just keep talking about spring. That's really all that's on my mind. Just the light at the end of the tunnel. I can sort of see it. It's down there. I hope it's not another, winter storm train coming through the tunnel, but whatever. I'm gonna trust it for now and head that way. How you doing, man?
Yeah, I'm doing good. It's starting to feel like, we're starting to get into that spring weather. Baseball's right around the corner. Spring training's here. We just talked about the Braves yesterday. I mean, my goodness. If you didn't hear that yesterday, if you want to hear Chad get pretty upset about the Atlanta Braves for about 10 minutes or so, then you can go ahead and tune in yesterday. Check it out on InsideEdge Net on all the socials. But yeah, Chad, a very good vibe recently, weather-wise. I mean, a few cold days, but good vibes. So feeling good there. You know who isn't probably feeling good? Myles Garrett. Myles Garrett's probably not feeling too good today.
Good.
Yeah, I don't know if you heard, but there's a report from Mary Kay Cabot that Myles Garrett, he was cited with another speeding citation. It was his 9th speeding citation in Northeast Ohio, this time going 94 and a 70 on I-71 North. That was on February 21st in Congress Township. At least his 9th speeding citation per Mary Kay Cabot since 2017. His second one since he flipped his Porsche in 2022. So no trade request from Myles Garrett this offseason, but just a little bit more speed with the car. How are you feeling about that, Chad?
Well, I'm torn on this one. I'm like, it's like if he's gonna go 94, I'm a little bit disappointed they didn't just like write 95 on the ticket. I mean, come on, he's number 95. But I think, and it's funny because as soon as I saw it, I was like, this poor guy, man, he's trying so hard to get released by Cleveland, but he's like such a great dude that this is the worst he can think of to do, right? Like it's like all I can bring myself to do is just keep speeding on the freeways in Northeast Ohio, man. I don't know. I guess you got to drive a little better. I mean, speed is not. A lot of people drive with the flow of traffic. I get it. I'm not going to like sit here and vilify the guy for driving a little fast or whatever, but obviously it's not the safest thing. I know he probably thinks he's a pretty good driver. Then again, he did bring up the flipped Porsche from a few years ago, so there is that. And there are also other people around you. I mean, these guys have enough money. I mean, you can't just go rent out a speedway somewhere, like a little small, like local racetrack, and just drive and do some laps and I don't know, do it the right way. Whatever. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it's frustrating, because if you're Myles Garrett, you're the leader of this franchise, and you can't really get on guys for not, handling their business in the offseason if you're going to be doing this in the offseason, right? So it's just tough. You're the leader of the franchise, but I don't think it's that big of a deal. I mean, I don't think we should be, we're not going to spend the whole first segment talking about Myles Garrett speeding, but I think it is like.
I thought this was the whole show tonight. That's all I prepared. I had every ticket laid out, man. Okay, well, never mind. That's fine.
So, but we will, just kind of like obviously keep an eye on that because, yeah, like you said, Chad, it just seems like he's done everything he can to get out of Cleveland. But the Browns, we love him. We love him here. Browns fans love him. The Browns want him here, and yeah, as somebody who doesn't like him though, it seems like Logan Paul. Is that right, Logan Paul?
Yeah. Logan Paul is trying to put Myles Garrett on a different ticket, I guess. Did you see this? He said he's given any NFL player, but he specifically mentioned Myles Garrett. Said he's offering any NFL player that can beat him in a fight $1 million. And he said he would throttle Myles Garrett. I don't know if that's a speed joke or not. Timing's awfully suspicious. Whatever. But it is what it is.
Did he get the update? Yeah.
What's that?
Did he got the update? He got the update
He
about
must have.
Miles. Yeah,
He
yeah,
must have. He's tapped into local law enforcement all across the country, I guess.
yeah.
But yeah, no, he says he'd throttle Miles Garrett and offers $1 million to any NFL player. I almost said fighter. Any NFL player that can beat him in a fight. So please, someone in the NFL, take him up on this immediately. I'd like to see you earn $1 million. Not that you need it, but well, some of you might.
Yeah, if you're Logan Paul, you're hoping one of these guys just take the fight, and they have an exhibition just like Floyd Mayweather.
Of course, $1 million is nothing compared to what they'll make on the fight. $1 million is absolutely nothing. I mean, I don't know if he'd be willing to, take a fall. We know how these Paul fight goes, but Paul fights go. Wow, words are hard tonight, Eli.
Yeah,
I told you it was a chaotic day. Uh, yeah, we know how the Paul fights go, though. I mean, there's a script, right?
yeah,
So listen, if he says, "Hey, I'll offer any NFL player $1 million if you beat me in a fight," maybe he's willing to take a dive. I don't know. I have no idea. He's not
yeah,
to advance his boxing career, right? It's his brother.
yeah. In Double A, Anthony Alford, who you'll see on Midnight Run later on tonight at midnight, obviously. He is giving a ton of praise to Jake Paul, the promoter. In Logan Paul, I mean, not too far behind in terms of he's with WWE. He's been doing his thing there, and now it's like he might land himself a boxing gig in the meantime, or one of these guys go over to WWE. I mean, I don't know. We'd have to probably bring in Double A or Kyle to get some real understanding and if that's a real possibility. But the Paul brothers, they are in the world of sports and entertainment right now. So
Absolutely, they're all over the place. You can't blame someone for being successful. I mean, look, their goal, their whole shtick, their whole thing is to get as much exposure as possible and create, stir up the interest or stir up whatever. And it's working, and they do a good job of it. You like them or not, they're doing what they're setting out to do. So I think you have to give them a little bit of credit. Maybe it's a little annoying to some people, including me at times. But like I said, it's working. So I'm not going to sit here and fault, them for being successful. I'm not going to be a hater, quote unquote. But yeah, whatever. Throttle Miles Garrett, sure. I mean, Miles Garrett's not a trained fighter, but I imagine he probably handle himself in the ring a little bit, don't you think?
yeah, I think Miles by probably if it's an MMA fight, I think because Miles did some stuff at Strong Style, if I'm not mistaken. He did some work, at the gym that Stipe Miocic fights out of, former UFC heavyweight champion. And I mean, so Miles. Yeah, I think if it's an MMA fight, especially, I think Miles probably within a few rounds. I mean, right? I mean, the size difference.
I mean, the thing is, though, with a bigger guy like that, if they're not a trained fighter, you get inside. I mean, listen, Logan Paul knows what he's doing. It could be over quickly.
It's true.
It's
true. Logan Paul did wrestle too, and he did. I mean, before WWE, I'm saying he actually wrestled throughout high school. I think he was. I'm not positive he was a high school champion, but I know he was pretty good in high school in terms of wrestling. So I mean, could be interesting.
Bigger guys are easier to get a little bit of leverage on. You can do some things that way. So,
Miles Garrett, he used to play at Cleveland Fitness Club. He used to go play at it. Did you ever see the story when he broke the basketball hoop?
I think I vaguely remember that.
Yeah. I mean, that guy. I mean, why wouldn't
Was he speeding that as well or no?
No, but I guess my whole point is I'll take his chances against Logan Paul. I mean, the guy is a freak of nature in terms of any sport he's doing. So it'll be interesting.
I can't wait to retire and start playing some pickleball at the end of this.
Yeah.
Go to that, man.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get the Miles Garrett pickleball jersey. I'm excited for it.
Yeah, I love it. Another story I want to talk to you about here today is for NFL news. That is New England, the Patriots, per NFL Network, they're planning on releasing Stefon Diggs here, and this comes after a year of him being with Mike Vrabel, the New England Patriots, going to the Super Bowl, his first Super Bowl appearance. I mean, the big talk has been this off the field drama with Cardi B, the court stuff coming up. It seems like Stefon Diggs just might have too much baggage at this point in his career. I mean, he's talented. I mean, at one point, was like the star, young standout in Minnesota, then goes to Buffalo and has some success with Josh Allen, just not able to get over the hump. Goes eventually gets to New England, and then gets to the Super Bowl. So I don't know. It's interesting to see where he'll end up or what this means for Stefon Diggs. What do you think it means for him?
Well, I think it means Kevin Stefanski ruined him back in the day. Yeah,
Okay.
back in the day, clearly, anyone offensively remotely connected to Kevin Stefanski is eventually ruined in some way or another. No, I don't have any basis for that. It's funny because I'm sitting there, I'm saying that as a joke, but then like the Falcons are moving off of Tyler Algier and Bijan Robinson. He might be available now, and I'm like, what are the Falcons doing? Like, do you really, Kevin Stefanski, believe that you can win in the NFL without an offense? I mean, I'm not even gonna field an offense. I'm gonna have 53 defensive guys on my roster, maybe a
Yeah.
kicker, maybe a kicker. We can find somebody to punt. That's not a big deal. And I'm just gonna
The kicker will punt. The
yeah,
kicker will
exactly.
punt.
Yeah, listen, you're not going to get paid twice either. That's not what we're doing here.
Yeah.
We got a salary cap to stay under. But okay, the question was about Stefon Diggs.
Yes.
What did you even ask me? I am so far off topic tonight.
What does this mean for Stefon Diggs? What does this mean?
Stefon Diggs? What does this mean for Stefon Diggs? Listen, he's going to get picked up by somebody. He's too physically talented not to. But I mean, listen, don't turn the page on the fact that people keep paying this guy not to play, right? He's getting paid more and more not to play in places than he is to play. And there's a reason for that, right? It's off the field stuff. I don't know what he's like in the clubhouse or that's not baseball. I don't know what he's like in the locker room. I have no idea. I'm still thinking of Jerkson profile from yesterday. I'm in the clubhouse.
Yeah, in the clubhouse.
And man, you can find me in the clubhouse. But listen, I don't know. I don't really know what it means for him. I mean, someone's going to pick him up, right? Where could he go? I mean, Kansas City seems like a place that likes reclamation projects lately. Maybe there's room for him there. I mean, they need a guy that can take the top off of defense. We'd heard Tyreek Hill. We talked about Tyreek Hill going back there. Maybe it's Stefon Diggs now. I don't know. I mean, somebody's going to pick him up.
I mean, he had 1,000 yards last year, 1,000 yards, but
more receiving touchdowns in his career, and people just keep giving him money to leave town. I don't know, man. I'm not sure what it means for him. What do you think?
Yeah. I mean, it means, he's going to have a new team in 2026. And it means, but I mean, obviously, I think a contender is going to be somebody that's interested in picking him up. I don't think, before we even entertain, talk about the Browns being in the market for Stefon Diggs, I don't think it makes any sense. They already have a locker room they're trying to shape the identity on and the character of. And I don't think bringing Stefon Diggs, all due respect to him, I don't think bringing him in is going to do any wonders for that locker room, Chad.
There's too much noise around him, I think, for a team that's in the Browns situation. If we had, established long-term leadership, I mean, if you had a guy like Mike Tomlin or something who had been here for 20 years, then, maybe it would be a possibility. But we're not in that situation. The Browns aren't in that situation right now. I don't think it makes any sense either. Listen, I don't have any, I don't know Stefon Diggs personally. I'm not going to speak on his character, but it just seems that, the noise kind of tends to follow him. I know it's like that with wide receivers sometimes, and sometimes maybe that's unfair. But it seems like some of the things that he's kind of gotten himself into that drag along with him, or maybe like could be prevented in some way or another with, sound thinking and maybe good decisions or whatever. But I just don't think the Browns need a guy like that in the locker room or in the organization right now. I just think it's too much noise, too much of a mess.
Yeah, I think, maybe even could see Buffalo. I mean, I know it seems like they've burned that bridge at this point, but Josh Allen,
coach now. I mean,
Joe Brady, I mean, he was, the OC, but I mean, we'll see. It'll be interesting with there. So that's our NFL roundup for right now. With that being said, I do want to do a quick reminder, and I'm sure Chad would like to do as well, to our newest sponsor, Ellie Rose Fragrances. Remind you all out there that you can go ahead and get 20% off your entire order if you use the code InsideEdge20. That's capital I, capital E, InsideEdge20, all one word. Chad, great candles, great body mists. I know Autumn Day has been doing its thing in the Bryan household, is what I've been hearing. But tell the people more about Ellie Rose Fragrances.
Well, I mean, I keep saying it. I can't say it enough. All natural ingredients, vegan, cruelty-free, handmade in the U.S. right here in Charlotte, North Carolina. Not right here. That's not where I am. But right here in the U.S., in Charlotte, North Carolina. I should put a little more of a pause in there. And my wife was funny today. She mentioned to me, she was like, I forgot to light my candle. Like, I miss smelling my candle. And I was like, well, light it. She was like, well, no, it's too late in the day now. I'll just ruin it, and I won't get to smell it as much. It was funny. Like, she didn't want to light it because she was worried about losing that 2 hours of candle time. But it smells so phenomenal. It just smells so clean. It's like you can smell the difference in the ingredients. You really can. I know that sounds crazy, but we had just had like a a really giant, glass thing, a candle that came from somewhere. I don't know where it came from. Burn it for a while, and it smelled okay. But you could smell the difference and just the cleanliness and like the lack of whatever chemicals. I don't know what all goes into candles. I'm not sure. But I know when I smell something clean, and so far, it smells amazing. So yeah, my wife missed it today. So please take advantage of the deal. 20% off your order. I mean, Inside Edge 20 for the code, AlleyRoseFragrances.com. I mean, you can't get much better of a deal than that.
Yeah. You heard Chad. You heard me talk about it as well. AlleyRoseFragrances.com, the newest sponsor of Inside Edge Network. Inside Edge 20 is the code, 20% off your entire order. All right, Chad, we're going to take a quick pause. We're going to let everybody go ahead and grab some caffeine. If you're on the West Coast, go ahead and grab some dinner. When we come back, we're going to have David Ruiz and Autumn here from Mic Check Take 2. We're going to talk to them about their show, which is debuting this upcoming Friday at 7 p.m. here on the Inside Edge Network. We're going to talk to them, get familiar with David, who's new to the network. Obviously, we'll just get more familiar with Autumn, and then we will go from there. So that's Chad Bryan to my right, your left. I am Eli Moon. This is Inside Edge Primetime here on the Inside Edge Network, and we will be back right after this. And welcome back to Inside Edge Primetime here on the Inside Edge Network. Chad Bryan to my right, your left. I am Eli Moon, and we had some technical difficulties there, Chad. Uh, we tried to make things smooth, and that's what we get for making things smooth. So we're back here on Inside Edge Primetime. Chad Bryan, Eli Moon. We talked about the NFL in that first segment. We are going to welcome in two Inside Edge Network talents. A new show here on Friday, Chad. I'm excited. We get to do the housewarming here on Prime Time.
Oh, I didn't bring a gift. Did you bring a gift?
I thought you were going to give me one of your Ellie Rose fragrance candles. Oh. Yeah, that's right. yeah, cool. Okay, awesome. Perfect. Awesome. Amazing. All right, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to bring in Autumn from Jersey Chasers and David Ruiz, and we're going to bring them in right now. They are from Mic Check Take 2, debuting this Friday at 7 p.m. Autumn and David, how are we doing?
Doing good.
I'm doing great. How are you guys?
Oh, we're great. We're great, Chad.
I'm doing good. I did not expect to be Brady bunched again. This is great. I love this. This is the best thing ever. How you doing?
Yep, this is awesome.
Lord.
This is awesome. This is awesome.
David,
now,
but I'm not sure which way to look, and I'm frozen in fear right now. I always I'm not going to do it.
I love it. Now, Autumn, you just got done tonight, obviously, with Jersey Chasers, but you're going to have the show with David. David just joining the network. Kind of talk to us about, whoever can take the lead here, but just about the show itself, debuting this Friday, 7 p.m. here on the Inside Edge Network. Just talk about the show, the origin of how the show came to be, and we're going to get on this debut on Friday, 7 p.m.
Yeah, so of course, me and Autumn and I, we used to go to school together back at the Ohio Media School. We had a show called Triple Threat, and we did that show for a little over a year. The reason the show's called Mic Check Take 2 is because this is our second take. This is our second go at it. This is our second grab, and we're trying to just do a whole rebrand with the new flavor, more personality, and just outside the box than what we were previously used to. I'm sure Autumn can attest. We had a lot of fun on our last show, a lot of disagreements, a lot of chaos, and that's what we plan on bringing to the network. An entertaining show, high energy. Autumn, what do you have to say about it? Any specific memories that come to mind when you think about past times going forward, the new era?
No, David and I did a show called Triple Threat, in which I regularly was called out. I almost fell once on air, and they all laughed at me. It's honestly Mic Check Take 2 is just our way of just kind of bringing back the fun that we were having at that time. It's going to be interesting just to say that me and David get along, but we also disagree.
We're like family, so when we argue, it goes to the next
brother
level.
And sister.
Yeah.
So you'd say it's gonna be a little bit of a different vibe than maybe Wednesdays with Jersey Chasers with you and Christy. A little
completely different vibe.
Okay.
Me and Christy, we talk about everything. Me and David argue about everything.
Okay.
I even try to argue with her while she's doing Jersey Chasers in the comments. She just doesn't respond to me half the time.
He thinks it's funny to troll me. It's not funny to troll me. He knows I don't like it. He thinks it's really funny. He knows I get mad.
We're going to have the first show on the network where the co-hosts have blocked each other on social media. That's going to be amazing. That's going to be amazing. I can't wait for that.
You mean block again?
This is actually happening.
I would be blocked on social media at her family functions. Okay.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Now we know a little bit about Autumn. We'll segue into maybe what you guys are going to talk about Friday. David, let people know a little bit about yourself. You're new to the network, your Inside Edge Network, so just get people familiar with yourself here.
Yeah, so again, my name is David Ruiz. I like to call myself the DAVID, the real Ruiz. That's how I bring myself into every show. I bring in an Autumn as everyone's favorite season, Autumn. It's going to be a good show. A little bit about myself. I'm big into fitness. I love that world. My family used to own a boxing gym when I was growing up for about 15 years. So I competed as an amateur boxer for a long time. Now I'm bringing some of my resources and the people I know kind of into our show from a different perspective. I was listening earlier. I heard you guys talk about the Paul brothers a little bit. I have a controversial take on that too, but we'll save it for a different time.
There you go.
Oh.
See her face. She knows. She knows. A fun fact about myself: over the last year, I lost 100 pounds on my fitness journey.
Wow.
I was 324 pounds.
I found it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I found a lot of it.
yeah.
Yeah.
So it's a big deal. When we were previously on a different network, we had our first guest on the show, which was my trainer at the time. He trained the likes of Kane Brown and Coach Prime, and he has like 170,000 followers on Instagram. His name's Dalen Dutson, and he loves to come in and talk to us. And he's competed in the Arnold, so we bring a different aspect of sports with also a lot of chaos. I'm chaotic. I like to go up against the grain. I will argue with you, even if you're right. I'm gonna have some facts to try to argue that you're wrong, and then we're gonna get off air, and I'm gonna be like, well, by the way, you were right, but I couldn't let you get away with that, and it's gonna make for good entertainment.
And you
Love
guys
it.
see why he's blocked sometimes.
Yeah. And Autumn, just for just for people that maybe haven't got a chance to tune in the Jersey Chasers yet, but are going to tune in this Friday. Just get people a little bit more familiar with yourself as well, what you bring to the table with this show on Friday.
Yeah, we've been doing Jersey Chasers now this was our 21st episode, so we've been doing it now for almost 6 months. I, of course, fell in love with sports at a very young age. I went to my first baseball game when I was a teenager, fell in love with it, went to school at Ohio Media School, met David. We kind of connected there, but no, like if you haven't listened to Jersey Chasers, number one, very unhinged show. I'm just letting you know that now. Tonight was crazy. But unhinged with a fun flair, nothing crazy, nothing out there, nothing too bad. But Mic Check Take Two is completely different than Jersey Chasers. Like Jersey Chasers, like I said, me and Christy like talk to each other. We love each other. I have blocked David several times in the past. We literally have gotten into arguments on air, sitting next to each other, like arguing full.
But with that being said, I've also made her cry happy tears on air. So it's
that is true.
It's a love-hate relationship. All love from me. Majority of the hate comes from her. But everyone's going to everyone's going to be entertained. So we got to give them a little prequel and let them see what they're going to get themselves into when we go live Friday.
Yeah, I think Fridays are going to be really entertaining on the Inside Edge Network. I'm not going to lie. I think Friday nights are going to be fun here. That's fun. I like
it. It is.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I can't wait to get ignored in the comments. I'm going to comment on the show and just get completely ignored.
I won't ignore you. Don't worry.
Oh, there you go. I appreciate it.
Yeah. Well, see, the thing about... Yeah. Go ahead, Autumn. Go ahead.
Look, David, there is one commenter we have to warn you about. Raul.
Oh, yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
That's
Raul
cool.
is going to... Nah, he's going to make you lose it in the middle of a show.
Look, I'm here for
He did
Raul.
tonight. Raul,
He made you lose
man.
it? Yeah. Look, I want to lose it in the middle of the show. I want those things to happen. So if he can try to if he can out-troll me, he deserves a trophy or a shot or something. I will salute him.
There you go. You can out-troll Mic Check Take Two. You get a trophy. There you go.
Yeah.
I was going to say you guys are giving away $1 million to any NFL player that can beat you guys in a fight, but that sounds like you're trained. You can't do that. You got a ringer, man. We can't do that.
It depends on the size. Maybe like an old Travis Benjamin that was 170 pounds. I think I got a shot, but this weight class is for a reason. I don't want to get hit by Myles Garrett.
Well, David, we were trying for the last few weeks to get Chad in the Olympics for maybe 2034. It's in Salt Lake City. Yeah. So we're thinking, we've been trying on Primetime for the last week or two. We've been looking into like seeing maybe if he's maybe a loser or like not a loser.
Call me
a loser. A loser. And
you can go curling might be your sport.
That's exactly what I'm shooting for. I'm just trying to get my hamstrings loose enough to be able to do any of that stuff, to be honest with you. I'm worried I'm going to actually like tear something in my shoulder just brushing the ice. I don't think I can even do that.
Don't worry, we can get you conditioned. No worries.
All right. Well, now I got people literally in my corner. We got the fighting background. Like I'm doing good now. I'm going to be the oldest person to ever compete in curling at the Olympics. I'm gonna make it, you guys.
I believe in you.
Here I come.
You know what? You know what? This is the type of energy we need here on Prime Time. You guys can stick around anytime. We're going to ask you a few more questions here. Very excited. Again, Mic Check Take 2 this Friday, 7 p.m. here on the Inside Edge Network. Going to ask some questions here just to get to know you. Chad has some off-the-wall questions. Well, I'll let him ask a few as well.
Let's hear it.
But the first one I'll start with is one I ask on Conversations with Eli Moon here Tuesdays at 7 p.m. on the Inside Edge Network. If you have a last dinner, now nothing bad's going to happen to you, but if you just can't eat food after this, you have one more dinner, last dinner, what is the last dinner you're having?
Do you want to go on?
I already got it. Absolutely.
Go for it.
I'm getting a nice ribeye steak with a twin lobster tail and a baked potato with butter, sour cream, and bacon and some broccoli, and I'm set.
Wow.
Okay. So me personally, it's that's insane. It's more of a cultural meal. I'm gonna have it's called arroz con gandules. It's a Puerto Rican rice, pasteles, tostones, and pernil. It's all Hispanic food, and it's my favorite food, so that's what it would be.
Okay.
Well,
Okay.
not-
Chad?
Right? Well, I not can't think of anything. I'm just hungry. When you guys get into these arguments on the show, is there like, how do you decide who wins? Is there like an instant winner? Do you just have to kind of let it? Do we leave it up to the viewers? Do we leave it up to everybody else in the Inside Edge Network? Do we get to vote on it? How does that happen? Like when we watch the argument live, how do I walk away going, I know David won that argument, or I know Autumn won that argument? How do I know that?
Do you want to take this one on them?
Honestly, I get text messages about it, usually from my brother, usually from David. They don't think I won, but I know that I won. And everybody else in person will tell me, oh, I agree with you. I agree with you. So usually off air, people will tell you.
They try to spare your feelings. There's been multiple times in the past where we've had polls that was long ago on the triple threat era. Words are hard sometimes.
Words are really hard.
Yeah, but we've had polls many times. But again, majority of the time, you're gonna walk away from that like, what was Autumn thinking?
We're not doing this. We're not doing this.
Already. Here we go.
We're not doing this.
You know, that's what I
Because
admit. That's what I think Chad usually says after a prime time. It's like usually our pro show meetings are, what were you thinking for the first 15 minutes? And I was, I just tell them, I'm getting warmed up. I'm just getting warmed up, first 15 minutes, just a warm up, So, all right. Another question here for you guys. If you were to, now this is a question kind of derived from Double A. Double A sent me something interesting, and he may talk about it on Midnight Run later on. If you were to have two of the playoffs / like postseason / like big events that you could have, two of them. I'm kind of taking it a little further. Between NFL playoffs, NBA playoffs, MLB, Wimbledon, Olympics, all that jazz. You can only have two big sporting events. Which sporting events are you having?
I know what I would do. Me personally, it'd be the Super Bowl. I would keep the Super Bowl. I love the Super Bowl. The other one is sports. It's more sports entertainment. It's WrestleMania, to be honest.
You were going to say that.
I've been to WrestleMania. I've been to finals games. I've been to NFL playoff games. I've been to Cauldron Cup games. I've been to these events, and the energy at WrestleMania is unmatched. It's unmatched simply for the reason that no matter who you're rooting for, whether it's the villain, whether it's for the face, the energy just goes through the roof. You can hear it outside of the building. You can hear it down the street. When you relive those moments and you watch it, it's not the same as besides the Cavs Game 7. You don't really get that emotion when you watch other games, partly probably because a lot of us are from Cleveland and there's really not much for us to go off. But being at multiple live sporting events and playoffs, the best energy I've ever felt was at WrestleMania.
All right. Autumn?
Honestly, I would say World Series. World Series here was kind of crazy. And I would also go Super Bowl. I also have worked and been to NBA Finals games. They're all right. They're fun when you're winning, but they're not fun when you're losing. But the Super Bowl is just a spectacle. And here, of course, the World Series would be nuts. It was nuts in 2016. So I would go with those two.
Okay. Chad, you got another one? You got another question?
Well, I mean, that was a really good question, and I was just going to ask. I was going to ask him if I could like apply to be on the show because my co-host just called me a loser. But that's okay. We're going to move on.
Loser with a G.
Yeah,
With
whatever
a G.
you said. Well, I don't care.
Real G's move in silence like loser.
I often mute your mic. I don't listen to you. I try to read your lips and I go based on what I think you said. Here's what I'll do. I'm going to ask you guys this. What's your favorite like personal like sports events that you've actually been to in person? What's your favorite either just game, moment, memory, whatever? It could be a whole game. It could be just a memory of something that happened in the game or whatever. Autumn, I guess I'll start with you. What's your favorite sporting event or favorite thing that's happened at a sporting event that you've ever been to? Like personally been there?
I think this was 2018. Yes, 2018. And LeBron, it was his last year on the Cavs. And it was game 6 or game 5
Okay.
of the Indiana Pacers series. I remember I was working. We were all in the team shop, and one of my coworkers they were like he's gonna make a shot at the end of the game and he's gonna win it. I'm like, that's not gonna happen. Literally 2 seconds later, he hit the game winning shot and everybody went nuts. And I remember just thinking like, wow,
And you're in the building, right? Yeah.
And I'm in the building and we're all going crazy. And I'm like, that's probably like my number one. Or if I had to go with another one, it would probably be the 2009, him making the shot at the end of the Orlando Magic game 2.
Yeah.
Like that was nuts. We all jumped around hugging each other. Like those two for sure are like my top 2.
So too good.
Okay.
All right, so my personal favorite, for a lot of different reasons. A couple years ago, Jake Paul actually fought Tyron Woodley at Rocket. I was there, and the reason that event was special to me had nothing to do with Jake Paul and Tyron Woodley. It's everything else that went into that show. So you had Amanda Serrano as the co-main event of that show, and that really transcended women's boxing, which a lot of people don't give Jake Paul credit for. He is the reason women's boxing is at the state it is now with all these great women coming up. Another really cool thing he did was every single person on that fight card, on the undercard and the prelims going into the main event, were all from Cleveland. And they got to fight at a super main event. So I got to see people I grew up with fight in a full stadium. Like I got to see people I've seen fight in regionals and state, and like people like Montana Love and Conwell. And I got to see these people actually do what they talked about when they were kids, which was a special moment for me. And it was just really cool all around.
That's awesome. That's a really good one too. That's awesome.
I love it. All right, we are just almost out of time here, but we're going to finish with one more question for both of you here. One reason, if I'm a viewer here watching right now on Inside Edge Primetime, why I should tune in to Mike Check Take 2. One reason why Friday is must watch, can't miss.
I'm going to go. The first reason is that I'm always right. Just know that. I am always correct. I'm never wrong. I'm always right. That is one reason why you need to tune in.
Now you know.
All right.
The second reason, it's full of chaos, and anytime Autumn's on air with me, there's a chance she has an aneurysm. So you have to watch the show.
I love it.
This is true. This is true.
I love it. All right. Well, hey, that is David Ruiz. We have Autumn. That is Mike Check Take 2 this Friday, 7 p.m. here on the Inside Edge Network. We're excited. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, thanks for having us on.
Yeah, thanks for being on. We
having
appreciate it,
us.
guys. Yeah.
All right. And we are back here, Chad and I. Man, that was cool, Chad. That was
awesome.
a lot of fun.
A lot of fun, man. I love having guests on. I love having people we know on, people we don't know. That's fun, man. It's great.
Sure
I'm
was.
looking forward to the show Friday night, too.
I am too. Again, Mike Check Take 2 this Friday, 7 p.m. You just got a little bit of a glimpse of it. So make sure you tune in here, 7 p.m. here on the Inside Edge Network. All right, Chad, we're going to take a quick pause. When we come back, we're going to talk about Lou Holtz. And we're going to talk about some other things that are of note. It is Wayback Wednesday. It is a very important Wayback Wednesday. We're going to have a conversation here on Inside Edge Primetime. When we come back here on the Inside Edge Network, that's Chad Bryan to my right, your left. I am Eli Moon, and we are back right after this. And welcome back to Inside Edge Primetime here on the Inside Edge Network. Chad Bryan to my right, your left, I am Eli Moon. We are back. One final segment here. Just want to give a shout out one more time to David Ruiz and Autumn. Mic Check Take 2 this Friday, 7 p.m. here on the Inside Edge Network. Make sure you follow the Inside Edge Network at Inside Edge Net. So you can go ahead and obviously see that show, Mic Check Take 2, David and Autumn.
Yeah, it's some chaos, man.
Yeah. Yep, stay locked in here with everything source, your source of sports, entertainment, mental health, everything in between. Inside Edge Network. We appreciate you so much. We are back, like I said, one more segment here. I do want to give a shout out to my bro Devontae, who said, "Eli, what's good, bro?" And Devontae, you see it, man. We're just vibing out here. Devontae, the guest of Conversations with Eli Moon yesterday, he's from San Antonio. Is where he resides, San Antonio, Texas. He'll be on the show Thriller in Texas Festival, Chad, nice. Which the show I'm co-promoting with Scarface Promotions. So we are going out there to San Antonio, Studio 210. Devontae will be out there. Great episode, a great conversation with Devontae. We talked for almost an hour yesterday. So yeah, just and cool thing too, Devontae, 20 years old, produces his own stuff. He records his own stuff, writing for other people at points in time. I mean, it's pretty cool.
Pretty impressive.
So, with that being said, we are back again. Like I said, prime time. Chad Bryan, Eli Moon. We are going to go ahead and dive into one of our favorite segments, Wayback Wednesday.
Yeah, it's time for Wayback. It's Wednesday. That means it's time for Wayback Wednesday, right? We're going to keep it kind of short, a little bit light. Not so much in the Wayback Machine. I did not see our buddy Nathaniel Niles in the Wayback Machine for today.
Wow.
Eli,
well, it's March. It's March. March.
February was his month. Yeah, February was his month. I guess he doesn't work. He takes March off. Perfectly acceptable. Yeah. So no Nathaniel Niles. I do apologize for that, but we do have some other interesting tidbits in Wayback Wednesday. So Let's get it started. We'll go. Let's go oldest to newest. Why not? Right. So on this date, March 4th in 1927, Babe Ruth becomes, and by the way, I do want to say, I use the website onthisday.com. That's where I make my own, the Wayback Wednesday is my graphic, a little picture is theirs. It comes from onthisday.com. So if you're ever curious about just what happened in anything this day, really, go to onthisday.com and they'll get you hooked up. They give you all the historical things. You can search just about any topic. But on this particular day and this particular topic, which is sports, that's what we're doing here. 1927, Babe Ruth becomes the highest paid player in Major League Baseball history when he signs a 3-year, it would be $70,000 per season, so a $210,000 total contract with the New York Yankees. So congratulations! I wonder if he ever became a decent player. I hope he did well in his career. Good job, Babe Ruth.
Just crazy to think about though. Like that's not even the minimum for like an MLB player now.
Yeah, no, that's like we got some AAA guys that are making this float between. That's pretty wild. I mean, there are honestly people that are probably just selling things that they don't feel like they even stress that much at their job that are making more than this. So pretty crazy to think that this is what professional athletes are making. And maybe this is more along the lines that we should be looking at professional athletes making. I don't know. I mean, we've got people doing some pretty real world stuff out there, not getting paid anywhere near the money that athletes are getting. So sometimes in perspective, I mean, maybe they had it, in check back in the 20s and we're a little out of control now in these 20s.
Yeah. And on an unrelated note, Chad, I think in a biopic, if Babe Ruth were to be played by an actor today, I think Leonardo DiCaprio. I could see. Come on. I mean, am I wrong?
Yeah. Hey, I mean, why not? It's funny. They always every time you look at Babe Ruth in a movie, it's always like it's like the gruff New Yorker, whatever. And I guess that was kind of his personality, but that wasn't really his look, right? It's hard to. He's got such an iconic, such a I don't know. It's a tough look to nail, I guess. When you cast him in a show or a movie or whatever, it's hard to cast Babe Ruth. Noticed that through the years. I thought nobody really ever looks like Babe Ruth.
It's also very hard to strike out Babe Ruth.
Very hard to strike out Babe Ruth, and I remember because I was I was in my 20s back when he was in his heyday. I'm a little older, so I remember it well. I pitched against him a couple times. What's kind of funny is he and Lou Gehrig used to have a thing. They would it was like the Bustin' Babes and the Larapin Lou's or something. They would go around and they would do these barnstorming tours and play. I just think that's really cool, man. Professional sports were just a completely different time back then. Whatever. More on that another day. So I guess the next Wayback Wednesday story will go a little bit closer to modern day. We'll head to 1976, but the money still seems a little bit ancient. Major League Baseball San Francisco Giants are bought for $8 million by Bob Lurie and Bud Herseth. $8 million. I joked with you, Eli, before the show. I said that makes it feel affordable. I mean, I don't have $8 million, but it's closer than $6 billion, right? I mean, a lot of franchises are worth $5-6 billion now. Some up in the almost $10 billion. It makes it hard to even find. I mean, you have to find a conglomerate, right? They can have like a group of people to buy a team now. It's almost like one person can't really even. You can't have a single owner anymore. It has to be a whole group. It has to be group ownership.
Yeah.
$8 million in 1976. I don't know, Eli. Would you buy a professional sports franchise for $8 million? You got that laying around?
Yeah, if I had it laying around, absolutely. I mean, I think we're talking about 7 to 8 billion for the Seahawks in the NFL after winning the Super Bowl. So, I mean, yeah, it seems like it's a good investment. The Giants have won, some World Series. I mean, they've been relevant for at least a decent amount of the 2000s. I mean, yeah, and this is 76. So what? I mean, you're definitely gonna have some good baseball. But I mean, I don't know. Barry Bonds, you're gonna get some Barry Bonds baseball. Yeah, I think I'd buy $8 million if I had 10 million, and I'd save myself a couple million.
A couple million in the bank. Yeah, you can do what you want with a couple million. Yeah, it's crazy to think that, and not that I mean, you pull that back up. I mean, I'm not saying that $8 million wasn't a lot of money in 1976. It was, but it wasn't equivalent to $6 billion, right? It's just the value of sports franchises has obviously risen exponentially.
50 years, only 50 years, like literally from millions to billions.
That's a big jump. And sometimes it doesn't seem like it because they sound the same, right? You just take one letter out, you put in another one. But that's not how you go from $1 million to $1 billion. I mean, there's a lot of work. There's a lot of money. When you think about $1,000 million, that's crazy. That's insane. It's an insane amount of money. And obviously TV and gambling and things like that have driven all that rise in everything, the cost of everything, really. You probably used to be able to go to the Giants games back in 1976 and hit up Candlestick Park and, get a hot dog and a beer and maybe have an ice cream. Whoops, didn't mean to do that.
Whoa.
Whoa. Technical difficulties. These are things I did not click on. But yeah,
it scared me.
I scared myself. But these are probably things, you used to be able to go to a baseball game and maybe get a hot dog and a beer and scare yourself a little bit into an ice cream sundae out of a helmet for, I don't know, total of like $10. And now, you probably can't get one of those things for $10. So since I already gave you the last, you probably, if you'd read fast enough, you saw it, my secret. Let's just go to it. This day in 1993, hard to believe this was 33 years ago. Now, I mean, wow, I can't believe I was 13 years old when this happened, but
I was 4 years away from being born.
You were in -4. That's okay.
Yeah.
We gotta start somewhere, Eli. We can't all start in the 70s, right?
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
But yeah, the 1993 on March 4th, the very first ESPY Awards, and Michael Jordan and Monticello were the big winners there. I don't know that we need to. It says basketball superstar Michael Jordan. Well, yeah, we know. He also owns a racing team now. I guess that's relevant. They're doing pretty well. He's got a driver that's won his first 3 races. I think that's the first time it's happened in the history of NASCAR, by the way. Thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
And then also, I wanted to use the ESPYs because. Do you want me to do the video now? Or try the video now with all the technical difficulties we're having?
Yeah.
I thought this tied in nicely. We mentioned that we would talk about Lou Holtz. Lou Holtz did unfortunately pass away today, and 89 years old. Is that correct?
Yes, correct.
Just a good run, man. He lived a good life. He was a good man for all accounts, and for everything I've heard. Lou Holtz was a phenomenal human being. Obviously, didn't like Ryan Day's toughness or whatever. But I think that was more just Lou Holtz trying to have. I mean, Lou Holtz is a fun guy, man. He's got a fun personality. I bet if he and Ryan Day had actually sat down and talked about it would have been a pretty fun conversation, to be perfectly honest with you. Lou Holtz is just always a guy that, I think in watching those Notre Dame teams, Rocket Ishmael and whatever, winning the national championship, I've grown up and just seeing I always liked Notre Dame. I've been an Ohio State fan my whole life, but I've always liked Notre Dame. It's like how do you dislike Lou Holtz? I get it if you're an Ohio State fan, maybe it irritates you a little bit. But again, it was kind of like the Mark May shtick. I think he just sort of felt like, well, I've lost my buddy Mark May to be a Buckeye hater, so let's have some fun, right? Let's stir up the Buckeye fans and get some clicks and get some views. But yeah, so Lou Holtz passed away, and it got me thinking about the first ESPYs and Jim Valvano's speech during those ESPY awards. And I went back and I watched it, and something happened that I didn't remember happening at the time. And we can't show you the whole speech, unfortunately. Well, it's a 9-minute long speech. It's a great speech. Please, if you have time later after the show and after Midnight Run, go to YouTube and just watch the whole speech, because first off, it's powerful. Second, it's very passionate. And Jim Valvano is just a powerful, very passionate guy, but it's funny too, man. He's got a great sense of humor, and I tried to capture a little bit of that in here as well. But it's a really, really good speech, and it's just, I remember this night I remember it very clearly, and I didn't remember this little tidbit. But it's funny how it all ties together. 33 years ago, the first ESPY Awards, Lou Holtz passes away today. I'm thinking, like, let's go get the Jimmy V speech for Wayback Wednesday. That would be a good segment to whatever, a good thing to use for the segment. And then as I'm watching the video, I see he actually addressed Lou Holtz in the audience and said something to him. So let me just now, technical difficulties aside, I'm going to try to bring this video up for you guys. Again, I've shortened this up. I've cut this into I don't know how you cut a 9-minute passionate speech into highlights, but I tried to do it the best that I could. So take a look at Jimmy Valvano from 33 years ago today, March 4th, 1993, giving his famous speech at the ESPY Awards.
Time is very precious to me. I don't know how much I have left, and I have some things that I would like to say. Hopefully, at the end, I'll have something that will be important to other people too. But I can't help it. Now when I'm fighting cancer, everybody knows that. And people ask me all the time about how you go through your life and how's your day. And nothing has changed for me. As Dick said, I'm a very emotional, passionate man. I can't help it. That's being the son of Rocco and Angelina Valvano. There are 3 things we all should do every day. If we do this every day of our life, you're going to have, what a wonderful, number 1 is laugh. You should laugh every day. Number 2 is think. You should spend some time in thought. And number 3 is you should have your emotions moved to tears. Could be happiness or joy. But think about it. If you laugh, you think, and you cry, that's a full day. And I was so fired up about my first job. I see Lou Holtz, Coach Holtz here. What was it like the first job you had, right? The very first time you stood in the locker room to give a pep talk. That's a special place, the locker room, for a coach to give a talk. And the screen is flashing up there 30 seconds like I care about that screen right now, huh? I got tumors all over my body. I'm worried about some guy in the back going 30 seconds, huh? You got a lot. Hey, phenomenal, buddy. You got a lot. I just got one last thing. I urge all of you, to enjoy your life, the precious moments you have, to spend each day with some laughter and some thought, to get your emotions going, to be enthusiastic every day. What I would like to be able to do is to spend whatever time I have left and to give and maybe some hope to others. Don't give up. Don't ever give up.
Yeah, that's
wise words again. And I know Eli, you want to kind of take the moment to just do some final thoughts, but I just wanted to say I showed my kids that speech today, and I just I said just please listen to this, and they immediately went they did their own thing, whatever. They're 10 and 6, but my 10-year-old did listen, and she said I get it. That's thanks for you actually make us laugh every day, and we appreciate that. It's like hey I didn't pay her to say that for once, so I appreciated that. But Eli, I take it over. I just wanted.
Yeah, no, you're okay. Yeah, rest in peace to Lou Holtz, and that was a powerful speech from Jimmy Valvano. Crazy that Lou Holtz in the audience that night, obviously, and so sending our best thoughts from the Inside Edge Network and from Chad and I. We will get some final thoughts here just briefly before we put a bow on this Wednesday edition of Primetime. Chad, your thoughts?
Like Jimmy Valvano said 33 years ago today, man, just, be passionate, every day, like try to laugh, try to think, try to cry, move yourself, feel the full range of emotions, man, experience your life and enjoy all the little moments because they're fleeting, right? They could be here today and gone tomorrow. So, and I guess most importantly, like you said, man, you know, the motto of the whole thing, the Jimmy V Foundation, don't give up, don't ever give up, no matter what, right? It may seem like the odds are completely stacked against you, but man, who doesn't love a good comeback? So, just leave you with the famous words of Jim Valvano.
I love it, and I think I'm just going to second that with Chad. Yeah, don't ever give up. Just keep rocking and rolling. Keep doing your thing. This life we get one of it. So make the most of it. We appreciate you giving your time here today with us. Monday through Thursday, 10 to 11. We hope we make you at least laugh or get mad at one of us for, I guess, a moment. It's fun, and we enjoy it. So thank you so much. So, again, Midnight Run with Anthony Alford at midnight. Chad and I will be back with you again for one final edition of Primetime this week, and then we're back again Monday, of course. But we'll be back tomorrow at 10 p.m. So until midnight, go ahead and get some dinner on the West Coast. On the East Coast, go ahead and stay up, grab a cup of coffee. Anthony Alford with you at midnight for Midnight Run with Anthony Alford. That's Chad Bryan to my right, your left. I am Eli Moon. This is Inside Edge Primetime here on the Inside Edge Network. Give us a follow again one more time at Inside Edge Net, and we'll see you tomorrow.